This is the Railway Mad YouTube channel where we are preserving our railway heritage with Southern Locomotives Limited. This is part 2 of our locomotive rescue, which is the rescue of our Austerity saddle tank named Norman from its temporary storage facility at the lovely East Lancs Railway, where you saw us sort and load much of the parts of this steam locomotive onto a few lorries and also into the back of our hire van. Without respite from this back-breaking, exhausting work, the next day the lorries appeared at our depot in Kent. Sometime before, we had arranged the boiler and the saddle tank to be collected and delivered here, so they were already here. We have a huge amount of work to get through today. We have 2 lorries to unload, a crane to set up and a few crane lifts to carry out, all against the clock. So I'm not sure if we're going to get all this done, but our resident ship's cook, Paul Ryback, is standing around wondering what he thinks about all this, whether we'll get all this work done. Chief Petty Officer Ryback, what do you think? Do you think we'll get all this job completed today? How confident are you? That good, huh? Time to perfection, the heavy lifting crane arrives. The crane has got to be placed in such a place that he can not only carry out all the lifting operations that we've got planned to happen today, but he's also got to be able to get all 4 of those legs out and in position. And that's not an operation that is easy to carry out. So while the crane operator is scratching his head, the work carries on unloading the 2 lorries. The crane driver is happy with his position and cracks on. The first of the flatbed trucks pulls in front of the crane. So the first truck's a red lorry. I'm not sure if the second lorry was a yellow lorry or a white lorry, but the first lorry is definitely a red lorry. But it's the second lorry, a yellow lorry or a white lorry. The crank axle, which is this one here, is the first lift of the day. This axle is usually situated in the centre of the locomotive. You have a similar looking axle in either side of the crank axle. Which is then swung around and carefully lowered into position on the track that is just to one side of the tank. And those initials that you might just see there on the tank are NCB, National Coal Board. See, this axle is the centre one, so we need to leave enough room either side for the other axles to sit. It's just another day at the office for the crane operator. With the load removed from the red lolly, the white lolly begins manoeuvring into position. And the white lolly has Norman on board, well, the biggest part of Norman. And the white lorry also has the other two axles on board, just behind the cab. Once in the correct position, the handbrake is applied and the crane slinger climbs aboard Norman and gets to work, attaching the crane's lifting gear to the frames. Norman is once again airborne. I've just got to rotate it so the cab is facing us. Very funny, Mike.
I've been working with Roy for too long. I've been working with Jim too long. That's my trouble.
Mike, how's it go?
Not yet. It's only we've got our measurements right. That should be right. We're getting the other inches above it. Yeah. You can tell us exactly where you want it, boy. Where do you sit on this bit here? Yeah, where we picked out. Right, okay. Just sort of see how we align. Yeah, that's all right, mate. Watch that part there. Yeah. Right. Boy, someone want to get on that edge? I know you've all been asleep all morning, but you know what I mean? No, Rich needs to go that way when it settles down. Yeah, we'll let it settle for a minute. Alright, come down a little bit and have a look. We'll just sight the front up. I think we're okay. Jim, we're okay to the back. Yeah, I think I'll stop him anyway. If you want him in the centre of the rails, you need to come out a little bit more. Okay, right. Yeah, you need to come out a little bit more, Jim. Yeah, bring him out, boss. No need to take him up. Right, you're alright, bud. Keep coming.
Just got to bring it to us a little bit, probably about a foot or so.
You boys line up your end? Yeah, we just have to put it. Just these boys can have a look down this end then. Yeah, that's fine, Tony. Well, I can come down my engine. Right, there you go. Because your end's higher than mine.
We're nearly there.
Right, just need to pull that timber back a little bit. Right, stay there, Jim. Just need to push that. Just need that timber pushed back a little bit.
The loco needs to sit flat on these timbers, so the timbers are carefully positioned to make sure that that happens, because if they're not, an undue amount of stress will be placed upon the frames, possibly causing them to twist when the horn stays are removed. And that those little bits of steel that are placed just underneath those gaps in the frames there.
to touch that down a minute. This is yeah. Right. Keep coming. Right. Up there, again.
We have about 3 inches on the front, so the back end is down, the front end is still a few inches up. And so the frames touch down.
Just, hang on. If we need to drop it down, then we put jacks underneath and then drop it down. Okay. It's not like, that's what we're doing. We just actually, we won't reach up to the car mark. We might just actually get that cameras off.
Each of these guys have many decades of railway experience, and it is a pleasure to work with them and learn from them. So Simon, Richard and Mike carry on planning the next few steps before the last 2 wheel sets are lifted into position. A quick look at Sir Frederick Pile. Oh, what's that in the background? It's one of our t-shirts. Let's take a look at this. There is a Southern Locomotives t-shirt. Have the unrebuilt and the rebuilt. And on the back, we turn that around, pop it up there. There we go. It's the fleet list on the back. Also available in our YouTube shop is our hoodie. It's lovely and comfortable, as you can see. It's got the fleet list on the back. And a hood that works. To visit our shop, all you have to do is click on the Railway Mad logo and the icon for our shop should appear somewhere on your screen. Not to forget our desktop pen holders made from parts of Sir Frederick Pile. You know, from worn out parts of the locomotive 34058 Sir Frederick Pile, and our mug there. Absolutely beautiful. And they arrive to your house very well packaged, so they won't be broken. All from parts of this locomotive. That's the first one down. Let's hook up that last axle before we get a surprising next lift. So, looking down on our new observation platform, as you can see, there's not much room to swing a cat on this site at the moment, but we do have a plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as we have a crane on site and an empty low loader. So that's enough of the animal cruelty jokes for one video. So let's make use of that crane and the low loader. Now what are we going to put on it? How about the boiler of a Battle of Britain class Bullied Light Pacific? That should fit nicely. So this is the boiler of Sir Frederick Pile 34058 that is about to go up to Tyseley. Luckily this boiler hasn't grown roots here in Kent because it's already off up to Birmingham to the Tyseley Locomotive Works, where it's going to receive new front and rear tube plates, new flues and tubes, and anything else that it might need. As you can see there, the boiler has 17T written on the side, meaning that it weighs 17 tons. That's what the first crane that lifted it away from Sir Frederick Pile's frames thought it was. But this crane thinks it actually weighs 14 tons. So we've got a good 20+% difference there in calibrations on the two cranes. Once the chaps have placed the bearers underneath the firebox and lowered the boiler into position, we'll climb aboard and give you guys at home a chance to look around inside the firebox of Sir Frederick Pile just before it departs and makes its way up to Tyseley. Now that it is sitting comfortably on its trailer, let's have a look inside here. Well, we can't see much in there, it's a little bit on the dark side. So let's limbo underneath and take a look up and see inside the firebox. There we go. There's no brick arch in place here, so you can see directly up there, see the top of the firebox crown sheet, and reaching into it is the two thermic siphons, and the hole to the left is the fire hole door where the coal gets thrown in. Just a quick reminder about the 1-to-1 collection in Margate. I'm just going to give you a quick teaser just to see what's here. Someone's head's going to be in the way. What's behind the Deltic? There we go. If you want to see more, buy some tickets, 9th and 10th of August. The boiler for Sir Frederick Pile 34058, a Battle of Britain class Bullied Light Pacific, leaves the yard in Kent and heads up to Tyseley Locomotive Works. Click on the Railway Mad logo for a free subscription to this channel, or click to the left to watch the previous video to this one, which was titled Locomotive Rescue Part 1, or click to the right for our playlist.